mystery illness.
They just made sure that they were okay when they were off oxygen.
Several kids rushed to hospital on a weekend hockey trip. A tax break for Canada's working poor.
But these are folks who are earning less than $20 an hour and for all intents and purposes doing everything right and yet still struggling to feed their families.
Ottawa gives Canadians some relief. And sharing some ideas on health care.
Everybody is so rushed, so short-staffed, so overworked.
A town hall meeting on problems within the system.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. Parents of an Alberta minor hockey team are looking for answers after 30 children fell ill yesterday while swimming at a Canmore hotel pool. 11 kids went to the local hospital, but one was so sick they were sent to the Children's Hospital in Calgary. One mother says on Sunday morning she noticed kids running out of the water and vomiting at the Canmore Inn and Suites. Paramedics were called and started assessing patients. It's not clear which chemicals may have caused the illness. The town of Canmore says initial air monitoring found an elevated level of a hazardous substance, suspected to be chlorine-based. Despite one family's hospital discharge paper saying poisoning was caused by cyanide, the hotel says nothing supports the cyanide claim, and it's investigating what happened. The mom we spoke with ended up taking her 2 children to hospital in Canmore.
We were at the hospital for a couple of hours. We were released probably around 2:30 maybe, and once they were taken off of oxygen and their stuff came back, they just made sure that they were okay when they were off oxygen. But my kids were still complaining of back pain and chest pain like before bed.
Canmore Inn and Suites says it's working with Alberta Health, and further updates will be shared once they are officially confirmed. As Parliament returns from the winter break, Prime Minister Mark Carney is making affordability his top priority. Jacqueline Wilson is covering this story for us. So, Jackie, what are the new measures?
And so the Prime Minister unveiled the Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit today. Essentially, it is a boost to the quarterly GST credit. So beginning this July, payments will rise by 25% over the next 5 years. But of course, those struggling right now will be happy to hear there's a one-time top-up that'll bring this year's total for a family of 4 to nearly $1,900. A single person, it's $950. Now, for future years, that'll be $1,400 and $700 respectively. Now, this will impact about 12 million low-income Canadians, though it might not be enough to ease demand at the food bank.
Here at the Calgary Food Bank, one of our fastest growing demographics is working poor, and more than 29% of clients coming to the Calgary Food Bank on any given day have full-time jobs. But these are folks who are earning less than $20 an hour and for all intents and purposes doing everything right and yet still struggling to feed their families. And so certainly this quarterly payment that they'll receive with their GST rebate will be of some help. I don't know that it'll be enough help that we would see this population no longer relying on the food bank.
Now, another component to this announcement this morning, Carney says there will be $20 million going to food banks across Canada. But Melissa from the food bank says that, amongst the thousands of food banks that there are across Canada, once you spread out that money, not a lot is going to trickle down to the Calgary Food Bank, which is too bad because she says they're serving record numbers right now, over 900 households daily between their 2 locations. And each one of those households is getting 7 to 10 days worth of food. Ian.
Jackie, thank you. Hundreds of Alberta separatists headed to the Big Four today to sign an independence petition in favor of the province seceding from Canada. Hundreds gathered before 11 a.m. at Stampede Park before writing their names on the petition. The question, do you agree that the province of Alberta should cease to be a part of Canada to become an independent state? Those signing the petition say the relationship with Ottawa is broken and can't be fixed.
They feel left out, they feel hurt, they feel overtaxed, they feel really oppressed. And unless something changes, this is what happens.
I think we have a unique opportunity to create in Alberta something good for people.
An independence rally at the Big Four will begin at 7 o'clock tonight. The petition needs 177,000 signatures to be successful and pose as a referendum question to Albertans later this year. The provincial government says a new order in council allowing up to $900 million in borrowing by the Alberta Petroleum Marketing Commission is about marketing Alberta oil. But energy economists say it looks like something very different. Kevin Green joins us now. So, Kevin, what have you been told?
Ian, the order in council was presented as a change to how Alberta collects oil sands royalties, but it goes much further than that. It also allows the Crown Corporation to purchase shares, enter joint ventures, make loans or guarantee loans to private companies, and for the province to borrow up to $900 million to help them do that. Energy economist Richard Mason, who previously led the Alberta Petroleum Marketing Commission, says that level of authority is not needed to sell royalty barrels. He says the only scenario that fits is the province backstopping a private company willing to build a West Coast pipeline. Mason says a pipeline would be a great asset for Alberta, but says it's a big gamble and a financial risk that would fall squarely on taxpayers if the project fails.
If you really believe that we need a 1 million barrel a day pipeline to the West Coast, there isn't any private sector proponent willing to step up to do that because it's so risky, especially after watching Trans Mountain run 6 times over budget. So in order to get that going, if you think that's the only choice, you're going to have some kind of government backing.
Just over an hour ago, Energy Minister Brian Jean spoke to our crews in Vancouver. He said the money is not going to be used to backstop a pipeline. It's simply a $900 million overdraft to help the province sell bitumen. The Canadian Taxpayers Federation says even if that's the case, taxpayers shouldn't be on the hook for close to $1 billion in debt to sell Alberta oil.
Thanks very much, Kevin. 5 new residential and hotel projects are coming to Calgary's East Village. The Calgary Municipal Land Corporation says 2026 will be the busiest year for the area since before the pandemic. The work will see several parking lots and vacant land developed into more than 600 housing units and 130 hotel rooms. A groundbreaking was held for a 2-tower residential project right next to the Central Library. The 5 new projects in total will be completed in late 2027 or early 2028.
I think that these 5 starts do a great deal to get us to towards the finish line. We still have a few sites, not many, left to announce and bring forward to the market, and stay tuned on those.
Nearby, work continues on the new event center. The smaller rink in that project will be called the Esso Community Arena. The 1,000-seat rink will be the only indoor public arena downtown when it opens next year. And speaking of hockey rinks, you could head out to the outdoor rink tonight. It's actually cool enough for it.
Yep, cool enough for it, but not for long.
Not for long.
Oh, baby, are we in for a warm-up? And this isn't just a 1-day, 2-day, 3-day thing. The rest of this week, our daytime highs will be above the freezing mark. We did not get above freezing today. We're sitting at -10 with a wind chill of -18 at the airport. The warmest we got was at midnight, -7, and then the warmest we got this afternoon was -8. So it's been a chilly day, but, you know, we've gotten used to bundling up, which we don't need to do as much of in the coming days. We will still have wind chill to deal with tomorrow morning. -9 is what it will feel like when off to work and school. But by tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at a high of +4. And it doesn't even seem to be coming with excessive wind gusts. Gusts around 30 kilometers per hour in the city. Not bad at all, with mainly sunny skies. So beautiful day tomorrow. That's your 24-hour forecast, brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen. Family owned, community driven. Discover more at 5th Avenue Volkswagen. Ian?
Thanks, Danielle. We've seen how hospitals in Alberta are struggling to deal with so many patients. Still to come, ER doctors and ordinary Albertans speak out and offer some ideas on how to alleviate the pressure. And bullets fired into a local home. Police are investigating. Also, if you have a news tip, text us at 10400. Police are investigating a shooting in the northeast community of Redstone. Police say several shots were fired into a home on Redstone Common around 10:30 Saturday night. No one was home, and the offenders fled before officers arrived. Investigators say this was a targeted shooting. They are trying to determine if it's connected to an ongoing series of extortion attempts targeting the South Asian community in Calgary. And police are looking for a man who attacked another man on a city bus over the weekend. Investigators say the suspect hit the victim on the head with a baton and kicked his leg. The driver stopped at 12th Avenue and Centre Street Northeast. The offender got off the bus and the victim was treated on the scene. Anyone with information is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. Police are reissuing a plea for tips to help locate a 13-year-old Calgary boy reported missing last month. CPS say Kenosis was last seen at the Central Library downtown on December 28th. Investigators say the teen had since traveled to Edmonton, Fort Chipewyan, Fort McMurray, and could now be back in Calgary. They do not suspect foul play. If you have any information on the boy's whereabouts, contact police or Crime Stoppers. Okay, Danielle, the thaw is about to begin, and it should carry on really for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and well, right now it's just getting started. It's trying to organize itself for us. So the winds have not been consistently out of the west in any community today, but it's getting going. And you can tell by wind gusts. So yes, we have a lot of cloud cover out there in many communities, Calgary included in this. Looking at wind gusts, so for Lethbridge, the maximum gust today was 50 kilometers per hour, but this was in the morning hours. It's been mainly out of the east for much of today. So that's not a Chinook setup. For Calgary, out of the south, around 30 kilometers per hour. But this is where we're starting to get going here. So almost 90 kilometers per hour in Pincher Creek, predominantly out of the west, sometimes out of the northwest, but overall it's getting organized. It's been really gusty here, but it doesn't look like it's going to be excessively gusty tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be about 60 kilometers per hour, 40 kilometers per hour, and 30 kilometers per hour, but it should be enough to warm the temperatures above that freezing mark for tomorrow. At this point, still dealing with wind chill in most communities, but again, where we've been getting some wind out of the west in the Pincher Creek area, we're at freezing mark right now. So you can see significantly warmer than everywhere else because of that. Minus 14 is what it feels like in Clare's home. Minus 17 is what it feels like with the wind chill in Calgary and Medicine Hat, and minus 15 in Lethbridge, and almost minus 20 in Drumheller. At this point, there are some isolated flurries moving east of the QE2, so Hannah, Oyen, Coronation, you may run into a couple snowflakes. This is nothing significant. It's not long lasting. It will be out this evening. In the overnight hours, or even this evening as well, we may even see a couple pockets in the Pincher Creek area. I'll advance that. About 9 o'clock is when we have our best chance of seeing that. There's already a couple snowflakes in the area right now. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot of moisture in our forecast, which is unfortunate because we do need a lot more moisture than we have. We're certainly drier than we need to be. Lots of sunshine for tomorrow. And then by the time we get into Wednesday, we may run into a couple raindrops. Even mixed precipitation is possible. Temperatures will be closer to that freezing mark when this arrives at noon on Wednesday. So it will be down Highway 2. Calgary might see some of this as well. It may kick off with a little bit of freezing rain and then switch over to a couple raindrops. So around the noon hour Wednesday, Calgary down through Highway 2, Lethbridge. Again, this is nothing significant, but you may run into this. And then it'll push off to the Medicine Hat area Wednesday by the supper hours. By that point, it'll be a little cooler. So there may be some snowflakes mixed in with it as well by then. All right, longer range forecast for Calgary. Check this out. 4 degrees for tomorrow. Winds gusting around 30 kilometers per hour, which isn't so bad. Might be up to 40. Then 3 degrees is our high for Wednesday. Small chance of that isolated mixed precipitation on Wednesday at noon. And then temperatures will warm from there. 6 on Thursday, and then those higher single digits for Friday and Saturday.
Calgarians are expressing their concerns about problems with health care in the province. A town hall meeting this weekend was the 7th in a series aimed at bringing change to the overburdened system. Alicia Fielberg reports.
The recent death of an Edmonton man who waited 8 hours with chest pains is just one of the tragic stories driving gatherings like this. People at a healthcare town hall in Calgary say immediate action is needed to add more space and staff.
Because everybody is so rushed, so short-staffed, so overworked.
The public event is one of several hosted by advocacy group Friends of Medicare to let Albertans discuss changes to the healthcare system and raise local concerns.
You know, in Red Deer a few weeks ago, we had to move venues because we were too big. We've seen that happen across the province, even in Ponoka. People are clearly very worried. They're showing up in person and they're saying, I want to get involved.
Healthcare workers say they see the strain every day.
You see it when you walk into the hospital. You see people sitting on the chairs and on the floors outside of Emerge waiting.
And something needs to be done now.
Individuals who are diagnosed with cancer are seeing longer wait times before they can get into life-saving surgeries, and then they are being given poor prognoses. Therefore, once they get the surgeries, it's oftentimes too late.
One emergency physician says the concerns aren't new, but growing, and Alberta's new health system adds more challenges.
It's been pure chaos. I'll tell you, I've been in this system 25 years in Alberta, working as a frontline emergency doc. It's never been this bad.
But the Premier says 3 separate health departments and private health options are part of the solution.
The old system with HS responsible for everything, that I think was part of the reason why we've ended up with the system that we have that isn't working as well as it should.
Those who disagree hope these town halls make a difference.
I think there is hope because people are here willing to fight for it. And I think we need people who are willing to listen when we do fight for it.
It's not about ideology and politics. You talk to anybody in Alberta, they want robust, safe, and timely health care. And so we have to all demand it.
Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Calgary.
Relations between Canada and the U.S. are certainly strained right now, but Canada's military and the U.S. are still working together. Coming up, the troops based in Alberta who are heading to Alaska. Affordability for Canadians and interest rates are in focus this week. Joining me is Dave Popowich, Portfolio Manager with the Popowich-Carmeli Advisory Group. And Dave, the cost of living and interest rates are on the agenda this week.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, we got the announcement, Ian, and good afternoon to you, about some affordability measures through GST rebates that should help some Canadian families with the rising costs of food and other essentials. I wouldn't call it a fix to the problem, since we still have structurally higher prices in areas like housing and food and so on and so forth. But the fact of the matter is it'll be a welcome hand to those that need that. We're also going to get the Bank of Canada's interest rate decision on Wednesday, Ian, and I can tell you that the expectation is that the Bank of Canada will not be doing anything. They won't be raising or lowering interest rates at this particular meeting. And in fact, I would say, when I'm looking at the forward forecast for the majority of economists in Canada, call it 75%, they feel that interest rates are on hold for the balance of this year. The big caveat, of course, being what happens during the trade negotiations with the United States.
And people will be taking a close look at the earnings of some tech companies.
That's right. The Magnificent Seven have led the U.S. markets, in fact, all global markets, for the last several years. But if you look on a year-to-date basis, the Magnificent Seven are the lagging seven. They're underperforming the S&P 500. And the question is, will they be able to reclaim their leadership based on growth and profitability? Well, we're going to get some big names. The likes of Meta and Apple get their results this week, and I think those could be consequential to the direction of the market.
Should be interesting to see. Dave, thanks very much.
Bye, Ian.
Canadian consumers will soon notice a change in some of their loyalty rewards programs. BMO says it's replacing air miles this summer with a new loyalty card called Blue Rewards. BMO says the new program will be integrated into the bank's existing banking app and website. If you have an air miles card, you can continue to use it, and your points will automatically be converted into Blue Points this summer. Meantime, Shell Canada is ditching air miles and joining the Scene Plus loyalty program. It will roll out in Alberta in March. 11 children are taken to hospital after swimming in a Canmore hotel pool. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. Witnesses say on Sunday morning, children started running out of the water and vomiting. One child was so sick they were taken by ambulance to Calgary. Now, coming up at 6, we'll have the latest on the investigation into what caused the illnesses and how emergency crews solved the problem. Also ahead, hundreds show up at Stampede Park to sign an Alberta independence petition. Coming up, why some political experts say it's time for the Premier to pick a side. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. Canadian military helicopters from CFB Edmonton will take part in a month-long training exercise in the Arctic. 6 Griffin helicopters will be part of the training exercise at Fort Wainwright in Alaska. The month-long mission is to help military personnel prepare for operations in the area. It will also include soldiers from the U.S., Norway, Italy, and Mongolia. CTV's military analyst says while the relationship is strong between the Canadian and U.S. military, Canada needs to do more on its own.
Given everything that's going on in the world politically, Edmonton and Cold Lake will even take on increased importance as projecting our capability to assert our sovereignty in the north.
The exercise in Alaska has been planned for over a year. We're looking at daytime highs above freezing for the rest of the week. Right now in Calgary, still on the chilly side, -10, mostly cloudy, bit of a wind chill as well. Danielle has details coming up. So when do we turn the corner? When does the really warm weather actually begin?
After tomorrow morning in Calgary.
Okay.
Because we still have a bit of a wind chill tomorrow morning, so be prepared. It's the layers thing tomorrow. You know, cool to kick off the day, and then you can remove most of those layers. Most. -10 currently. Today's high was -7. Normal is -2. We're going to get above the -2 tomorrow. So we will be above the freezing mark for our daytime highs all week. 4 degrees is our high for tomorrow, and winds around 30, gusting around 30, 40 kilometers per hour. Small chance of a little bit of noon moisture on Wednesday, mainly cloudy skies and a high of 3, and then up to 6 by Thursday. So get ready for some toasty temperatures.
Thanks, Danielle. Big Brothers Big Sisters Calgary has launched a new campaign trying to match more mentors with young people. Inspired by the year the organization was founded, 1994, the new campaign is called 94 Doors. There's an Instagram photo-friendly installation at South Centre Mall to encourage donations. The group is looking for 95 donors to contribute $5,000 each, the cost of funding one full mentoring match.
We want to tackle half the wait list. We know there's 1.6 million people in this community, and we know that we can fill that 94-door gap.
It's been hugely impactful, just being able to see the positive impact that we've had on our mentee, just helping him grow as a person, I think is huge.
A lot of the things that we do with our mentee is things that we would do together as a couple. So it's really easy to just make time to bring in our mentee.
Nearly 200 local young people are waiting to be matched with a mentor. Thanks very much for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.